that Megan?
Hello, how are you?
Not bad. You all right?
Good. Good. I'm just seriously considering Cardiff today.
Seriously considering Cardiff?
Following your recommendations.
I grew up not far from Cardiff.
Mm-hmm.
So, is there anything you would like to know about Cardiff? It's got good shopping. You like shopping?
No.
No. Okay. What else? Susie's been to Cardiff, Lord.
I like Cardiff.
It's got the Millennium. Cardiff. Yeah. Got the Millennium Centre, which is like they have loads of arts events and shows there.
What about outdoor stuff?
What about outdoor stuff? Oh, loads. You're not far from Brecon. Wales is amazing. That's like all there is to do in Wales is to be outside.
Okay.
But yeah, one really good for outdoor stuff. Thanks.
What are we doing today?
I was thinking like deep half guard maybe.
Actually, yeah, I wouldn't mind doing some deep carpet stuff. I've been needing to add that to my flow chart of things.
Yeah, it's really. I use it a lot to save my neck in half guard.
When you're on the top, when you're on the bottom.
On the bottom, so when you throw your underhook in half, like I go to deep half if they try getting on my neck, because it makes them post their hands.
And then can we do some rubber guard?
Maybe.
I'm gonna give my phone as much charge as I can. I screwed up today. I've only got a little bit of battery from having to charge it. It's got the weird camera angle.
Well, with that time, you better do something useful like rubber guard.
Yeah. We'll wait a bit longer, see if anyone else pops up.
I think it's amazing, Megan, because every week he's like, does anyone have any requests?
Very consistent with what she asks.
And every week you're like, yes, I do. He's like, no, nobody? No requests? No one? Okay, never mind then.
This is the usual kind of consistent, simple questions that I ask men and the regular disappointments I have after these simple requests.
What we've come to expect from them.
Men?
You're disappointing us on behalf of your whole gender.
Shit. Okay.
With the lack of rubber guard.
It's getting really heavy, this. I am a disappointment on behalf of my gender.
It's fine. I'm drinking my coffee. I'll be less confused.
Okay. Right. Let's do a bit. I'll change the angle. I think it's got like 40%. If we cut out, my phone's died. Sorry. Yeah, it should be enough. Okay. Best.
What is it?
So look at it in deep half, right? So, I like going to deep half off of underhooks on my left side. So in order to get space, we wouldn't underhook if the head was low here. So you're always looking for your opponent to posture up, which can be generated by collar side. Anything like a 2-on-1, for instance. So attacking a 2-on-1 on this arm, forces them, gets them pulling away. And as their head rises, that's when you're going to be looking at hitting under. If you try sitting up with their head low, they're going to flatten you with the head, and you're going to end up with a really shitty under.
Sorry, I'm late.
So that's all right. Hey, Tom. Right. So I was meant to keep a tournament like a year ago.
Say that again.
So I was meant to get paid for a tournament a year ago.
Oh,
so
yeah.
This guy, yeah. So he owes me and Jed $1,000 each. He posted a picture of his brand new bathroom 2 weeks ago.
No, what an asshole.
I spent £105 on small claims court.
Good.
And today was the deadline for him to get in contact with me. And he messaged me saying he's got my money where I like to send. His bathroom was beautiful. I was well up for just taking his tiles. They're definitely worth more than £2,000. Anyway,
he's waiting for that to happen before he's actually paid you. What a knobhead.
Yeah. So he said he was going to pay me today. I haven't had anything yet. So anyway,
wow. Let's see.
But you know, fingers crossed. Anyway, so who's got if they're pressurizing you, you've got to find a way of getting that weight off of you before you can sit up for underhook. Call ties are good. Any arm attacks, so Kimura's over this side, maybe threatening our violin position, getting this arm up onto our shoulder to attack it, will force them to posture up. And there's also 2-on-1s, which we would use a lot if she's taking these C grips in the armpit here. So we have to strip this off, 2-on-1. If she doesn't pull this back and posture up, I'll start chasing the back. So arm drags on this side, excellent for chasing underhooks off of this. So we build up that system. They pull this back, we shoot up to our underhook here. Now, to go deep half guard, we're now going to throw our lower arm through here. We're all the way through on the leg, and our head is connected to our opponent. So if you shimmy around this way, that's really not good. We need to straighten the bottom leg before we try going to deep half. So the way we do that, we extend our lower hip, hook in the back of the heel with our lower legs. You see, I'm not pinching the leg here at all. The control is done. The leg is in the pit of my knee here, in the heel there. Right. Now, here, you can actually hit knee bars as well. So whenever you straighten this leg, it's called a dog bar. You hook the heel in your lower leg, and now you drive your left hip through the front of the knee. Yeah. So I start extending, and there's the knee bar. So you can't hit a knee bar there, but she can easily change the alignment on her knee. What I don't, so she'll put it down to the ground most commonly. What I don't want is for her to get the knee up and above my hip, which is possible, but if that happens, you straighten it again. So you see my lower leg straightens the leg here. So the only real out that she has is to put that knee on the floor and threaten the knee bar. Now we're into a knee twist half guard. Okay, so this is quite horrible. Anyway, come back in. So now you've got this knee bar here. Be careful with it. If you don't know it's there, You can apply it and people don't know. So that's my left hip driving through the knee here, as my right leg, my lower leg, is dragging backwards. Here, hip moves forwards, leg drags back, knee bar. Right? Mm-hmm. So, from here, to go to deep half guard, we will lie on our back. We shimmy just forwards a little bit. So from here, I'm not pulling this leg up onto my shoulder. It's not how you go for deep half. It's all I'm manipulating this lower leg. So you see, I've underhooked this leg. My face is connected to the thigh. That's all. From here, I lie onto my back. Here. Now this hand, where's it go? Travels immediately down to the inside of her knee, stopping that knee from getting to the floor on the other side. What I don't want her to do is for this knee to drop to the floor and for her to straighten her top leg and sit on my hip here. So now, this is a really good pass. It's a cowboy pass. So a cowboy pass is a description of a pass where this leg gets thrown over your opponent's face. There's a number of them. So, but this is the cowboy movement. This leg going from this side of my head to the other side. So, like that. Oh. Move your head, move your hips back, please. So, if Susie was nice to me, she would slide this leg across, not drop her hips on me, and then just drop her hips off to the other side. And that's a cowboy pass off of a deep half entry. Broke a rib. Back up. So it's a good term to understand to add to your vocabulary with jiu-jitsu, cowboy passes. Lots of them, anything where you throw that leg over your opponent's head like that. So, first thing, going deep half, looking for space for this underhook. Collar ties, arm drags, commuters, all force our opponent to posture up. We see somebody posturing up like this, we sit up, hit our underhook. We go deep half, right hand goes deep, head connects to the thigh here, just on the hip. So you see I'm cupping the hip, cupping the hip. From here, the work now is done with my lower leg. You will screw this up if you try pinching your knees together. So you don't want to cross your legs, you want to unlock your legs and drag that lower leg straight here. Now, we come back again. The underhook is doing something very important. It's forcing her weight forward. That means her lower leg is light. If she was to throw her weight back over to this side and buckle my underhook, we wouldn't go deep half guard now. We'd start looking to get this up onto our shoulder in a high half guard. So in that case, we go palm to palm, and I'll drop my left elbow, raising my right. And that will pop this up onto my shoulder for high half guard, not deep. Deep half guard is with this knee on my shoulder. This all making sense so far. Difference in the positions, high half and deep half. This knee's on the floor for deep half, and the lower leg is straight. High half guard would be the top leg is straight. And the times you go for it. So if your opponent's leaning off in this direction, this leg is light, so it's easier to manipulate than the lower leg. I will not be able to straighten her lower leg if her head is over that leg. My underhook forces her weight forwards over this leg. This leg is now heavy, not trying to move it at all. I'm trying to move the light leg. So I extend my hip, knee running down all the way to the heel, threatening dog bars here if you want. Here, driving that hip through her knee. This will often force your opponent to drop this knee down to the ground. Here, you're now in a twist, knee twist half guard. We'll move on to some sweeps off of this, but for now, here, lie onto your back. Now you're in deep half. Now, there's one thing we shimmy round now, this way. Now, entering deep half. My foot here will automatically, as I lie on my back, hook here. I find this is the best way to control her leg. So, what I don't want to see, stay there, is this knee pinch position. I mean, you can do it. My preference is to hook under the heel here. Gives me far more options. This foot just resting on here. This hand, we absolutely do not want this to be underhooked with this arm. So if she gets underneath here, I'm in big trouble. She's got triangles where she will throw this knee under my head, so move forward, and sit down on the floor. So now she can lie onto this side, locking up triangles. Yeah. So when you go in deep half, you have to keep this elbow glued to your rib cage. Avoid those underhooks here. So again, we've straightened the lower leg, lying on our back, and our left elbow, we make sure it's connected to our ribs and cup in the inside of the knee. So you see how this is glued here? It is difficult for it to work underhooks here. I like fractionally turning my hips this way. This puts all of her weight on her arms. So it's hard now for her to get back to attack this arm. So see, for her to get onto this arm, she's got to shimmy her way back here before she can actually start getting underhooks.
Is it your left hand that's doing the primary prevention from her knee to the floor?
Sorry?
Your left hand, is that the primary prevention from her knee getting to the floor?
And this lower leg. So this lower leg, what it's doing is keeping her leg straight.
Yeah.
Possible for her to get her knee to the ground if her leg is made to stay straight. So the hand isn't there, but I just apply a gentle extension on that hook. Try to get your knee to the floor. It doesn't go. It's very difficult.
Okay.
So hook the heel, gentle extension, keep this leg straight. Makes it hard for the knee to go to the ground. In combination with this and the elbow connected to your ribs, it's very hard now for her to get an underhook on this. A fractional turn to this side will keep her knees, her weight on her hands, making it hard for her to get her underhook.
Okay.
Mention the extra options this hook gives me. I'm transitioning through multiple guards. What it allows me to do is to raise this leg. And now I can move to a single leg X off of this leg elevation. Okay, so I raise the leg, and now I bring my other knee here. So I create a little platform. I catch the heel, I pull it to my hip, now transition to single leg X from deep half guard. So if you're a foot locker, you like this position, you start attacking here. So to finish a sweep here, you turn heavy onto your left side, and now we've got the leg isolated. So we pop up to deep half, it's a half guard again. Show you around a bit. We underhook. We underhook the lower leg. Our face connects to the thigh. Our left elbow is being flared, driving the weight forward this way. Makes the lower leg light. Shimmy this way a little bit. Good. So now I'm able to extend my leg, snatch in that leg, keeping it straight. Knee bar thread with a hip extension. Turn onto your back. And as you do that, so shimmy this way. Hook her leg here. She's going to take a seat. She's going to square her hips up. That's going to be the sort of reaction you'll get from the grapplers. We shimmy around just a little bit. A little bit more. So we hook this foot. Helps us keep the leg straight. You can cross here. I don't tend to bother. It's very hard for her to step out. If she did try stepping out with this, you just raise it really high. So this allows us to attack single leg X. I think we could potentially go back kicks as well if we went through the other way. maybe looking to try to get to a crab ride. So here. So it looks like it's hard to keep this in here, but it's really easy. You just flare your toes, trying to get these toes to your chin. Now, any weight that comes off of, so anytime she tries elevating this leg, my leg will just naturally follow it. Try lifting it quick. Try catching me out. So you're just, when you flare your toes, your leg wants to straighten. So anytime that that weight comes off, so it comes off, it flicks up.
Why can't I like twist and
Well, if she twists and drops, then we go back into our knee twist half guard, which you will cover. So we hook here, we elevate the leg, knee comes in. So we end up with this little platform situation here. From here, we've given up on this underhook. We're now pushing the leg away. Left hand catches the ankle and pulls it in to a single leg X, where we would immediately turn onto the side of the foot, start chasing foot locks, heel hooks, or leg drags. So if we can't get hold of the foot, we're fighting a good leg lock, or somebody's very good at defending themselves here. We pass the foot to the other side, into the other armpit. This hand will catch the knee, and we get up into leg drags. So palm on the floor, butt floats, I extract my lower leg. Now, to control in this position, you have to keep this knee very heavy. And then when I go to a leg drag, I'll pull this past my hip. As that happens, my knee will rise and start cutting across the other side for leg drag. So this knee will go from this hip to the other into a leg drag. So what's everyone think of that drill?
Really, really cool. I don't know about that.
Cool. Has anyone noticed little problems in what they do to get to deep half guard and anything that was fixed there? I've noticed a lot of people squeeze their legs.
Is there any risks around being triangled from there, from deep half?
Probably the triangle count in that. Underhook. The extend, that's perfect. Now here, he doesn't want to pinch her leg for my leg. He just wants to curl her right heel to her butt, like that. Keep on until my heel pops it. Yeah. By her leg, she'll lie onto her back. Put this hand on my knee here. So what I do, go for the triangle, is underhook this arm. Feel it. My knee under the head to the other side here, pulling this arm up as high as I can. And my forearm up above the toe. From here, palm on the ground, I want to get my hips directly behind her neck. Sometimes she'll holding on as it's like here. Right side, kick in that leg, free. So,
Megan, could you go on mute?
Is that Megan? Now, Susie's finding it very difficult to shove my weight forward at the moment because her underhook's in the wrong place. No. She sits up to her underhook and cups my hip with her left hand. So now it works. So you can see how important when you underhook, where your hand is. So if Susie underhooks me with this hand, sits up, and it's up by my ribs. Now, I'm being really passive here. Try moving me that way. Hard, right? Cut my hip. Move me that way. So make sure you cut the hip and move. Now, she's pinching her knees early. Come back again. So totally relax the lower leg. Hook in my heel with her right leg. So extend, sliding this leg down. There's the cat. Now she lies on her back. Now you see the head position? She's got glued to the thigh the whole time. A counter I have is to underhook the arm, heel it up, and now. You want to be very careful keeping your hand in on the top hip. If I was to switch my hip, really can jar your shoulder a little bit. So I tend to move it down to the lower leg. I raise the head and I shoot my hips underneath my opponent's head, pulling this arm up the whole time. From there I extract, kicking my leg free, locking up my triangle, my hips directly behind my opponent's neck. This off to the side would be hard to finish. If you're struggling to apply the reverse triangle, you can always just look to finish a Kimura on this arm or wrist lock. Megan, was that triangle okay?
Yep, that was good. Thank you.
So yeah, there are risks there. You can't let that underhook come in. One way of saving yourself when that underhook comes in is raising the back leg. So this little, so if I go for it and Susie manages, nope, to underhook my arm, now it's isolated, you can hook the leg, start raising here, so it makes it hard for it to control. And now I can bail on the deep path to single leg X. But normally, if there's any risk of that underhook, when I shoot for it, I'll try to avoid deep half. You really want to be wary of shooting for it with that elbow wide. It's got to stay connected to your ribs. Okay. No underhooks there. It'll be made harder for her if you keep her traveling forward. So if your underhook is good, we cut in the hip, and you're shrugging shoulder, keeps her weight on her hands. She can't then go back using her hand to chase an underhook on you. So keep the hands loaded. Make sure you cut the hip. Don't go high with the underhook. It's a lot harder to keep their weight forward. Now,
sorry, Ross, just quickly, when you're on top, you're on top and someone's going for that deep half position when they're getting their underhook under your leg, what's your like first reaction? Because I feel like often mine is to, if I can't get the underhook, to just kind of like push back and like give myself some space. Is that the right reaction, or should I be trying to commit forward a bit more?
I would look to underhook the near side.
Okay.
So
Because whenever I'm having with Steve, it's the first thing he does, and I'm never really sure like the best way to like stop him getting under them.
I might actually allow deep half guard to happen as well.
Okay.
You can then get the jump on the defenses for it, the passes early.
Yeah.
Position before she gets underneath. You can underhook. Here,
Okay.
and cut the shoulder.
Yeah.
So off of this, we can shut her underhook down by throwing our weight directly over her far hip. So I want it over this hip. Up the shoulder, and now I move to my right to flatten. So now it doesn't matter if the hook is there, flattening her hip, she can't use it.
Okay.
Here. I bait this sometimes. I leave space for the underhook to hit my near side underhook here. And now my right elbow will drop over the arm, and my right knee will go past the hip here. To pass from here, number of options. I normally knee slice this side. I can't knee slice the other way because she's got an underhook on this side. So if I was to knee cut that way, I would lose this pressure that's saving me from the underhook, and she'll take my back. But I've got an underhook on the other side. So what I'll do is pummel a shin staple. Everyone should know a shin staple now. That's my left foot, my outside foot coming inside the thigh. That's me raising my butt. Pop into a mount. Or, actually I wouldn't go knee slice, I'd just move up to a mount. I'd knee slice if she would go for her butterfly hook here, which is quite common. So if I was to start the butterfly hook as well, then I would go knee slice to this side. If it's a regular half, shin staple, through your knee line, move to a mount. If she gets here and underhooks my leg and then goes deep half guard, I let it happen. If you try to resist, sometimes you can get awkward knee positions. I don't want to end up in a knee twist, right? So if I put my knee on the floor here and try sitting back, I think this is a far worse position than deep half guard. You've got a lot of knee torque here, and they're kind of nasty sweeps. It puts a lot of pressure on that knee rotationally. It's not a position I want to be in. I will cover a sweep quickly from there in a bit. So what I want to do is go to deep half, let her get there, and then start looking to pass from here. Susie's going to keep her arm here down onto the lower hip, the safest place to put it, I think. This hand will not be underhooking anymore, it'll be coming down here, elbow connected to the ribs, the palm under the knee. So I'll be looking. What I find people struggle with here is actually if I float my hips a little bit. So just here. Deep half players tend to want to feel that weight on them a little bit. So I keep my hips up. So if now Susie tries to bridge, so the standard sweep from here is people bridging over their right shoulder into you. So mechanics of a sweep, you've got to get your hips up above your opponents in order to end up on top. So if my hips start lower, her bridge gets me falling over. As if I start with just a hip float a little bit, don't get that big reaction. So for her to sweep me, she'd underhook here, plant her feet on the floor, bridge into me, and then turn to her knees. There. You want to make sure you have both hands under that leg there. If you don't, you're bridging into a triangle. So make sure you cup it like this. Both hands under the leg.
When you've got that high position where you just lifted your hips up there, you're obviously a little bit, or I guess you are a bit susceptible to them using their hook on their foot, like you did earlier from bottom.
Absolutely, but so it comes.
It's a toss up between.
It makes my lower leg very light. So she underhooks here, lies onto her back, going to deep half guard. So legs straight, like this. You always want to, unless you have a straight shot to get your knee to the ground, keep your legs straight. Makes it really heavy. It's hard to manipulate. There's no contours on it for her to hook. So, yeah, legs straight. One option we covered earlier was the cowboy pass. So if we see an opportunity to get this knee down to the ground, this knee will go down to the floor, and my hips will shoot back, and I straighten my leg here. They tend to be left with like hugging the top leg quite hard, stopping it from going over their head. To break this, all you do is palms on the elbow, push it up above your left knee line, and now it should be fairly easy to slide this leg over. In real life, I'd be taking a seat on my opponent's stomach. I've got liver hurt, so I'm not doing that now. That'd be like really heavy with the hips. You'll underhook the far side, sliding your hips off. On occasion, you will miss the underhook. So what we do then, if she underhooks me, we go around the world to stop her from taking my back. Around the world is this S position, toes on the ground, 1, and again, I'd have all my weight on her through that transition. This man is really nice. So she underhooked. If I see space, so there's going to be a moment where she's up on this elbow here. So I can shoot through, flatten by getting weight onto this hip, shin staple, depending on whether she has the butterfly hook or is simply trapping my leg in a half guard. We'll go knee slice or mount respectively. If she underhooks here, now this is too late. Stuff it like you're not going to be able to fight the deep half now. And preference for passing for me is definitely deep half over high half guard. You could throw your weight back this way, but then what Susie will do is gable, palm to palm, drop her left elbow, raising her right at the same time, which gets that leg flipping up. So she'll try getting this right elbow up to her ear, and that's what straightens the leg. So you're not trying to pull it up on top of you. Left elbow drops, right elbow flares, and that's what straightens the leg. But then we're dealing with this, which is annoying. So my preference would be to keep my weight forward, straighten my leg, go deep half early, get ahead of her control, drop my knee and go for a power bypass, or look to get underneath this arm for counter submission. You can also look to attack Kimuras, I think, as well. So if you peel this up, you go for a Kimura, you slide your left knee down here, and now you can start attacking this Kimura. So I've slid my left knee down off of her shoulder, down to her hip, and I've got this arm I slid. So just to show that on the other side. She underhooks me, cuts the hip, get me traveling forward. She underhooked my lower leg with her head connected to my thigh. She extends her lower leg, straightening it, and puts me in deep half. I go fishing for the underhook. Good. Now if I want to attack a Kimura, my left knee comes off of the shoulder and down to the hip. From here, I can look to start locking up my figure fours in this far arm and looking for Kimura finishes. So yeah, Tom, I'd say instead of trying to push away, go into, allow deep half to happen and try getting the jump on that underhook early. Keep your hip high, that leg light, and it will stop your opponent's bridges being as effective, so to speak.
All right.
Where's we now? I've actually covered everything I wanted to cover, so please ask questions.
When someone's on the shooting into that deep to that underhook, on your this underhook underneath your arm as opposed to your leg, how often do you feel there's a gap there for darters, or do you think it's too?
So, if you can get your weight onto your opponent's hands, there's no joke there. So this goes everywhere. So for instance, right, you stand up, really good example is off of the single. I've got a single on my opponent. So Susie manages to get onto my neck. Pitch it. You know what I do is I circle to my right and throw her forward traction in. If she doesn't let go of my head, she's going to face back. So here. So she grabs my neck. I circle this way. Normally they'll post their hands on the floor, or it'll get them a release because they feel like they're going to fall. On my neck, I circle, and now she releases, pops out. So getting their weight traveling forward and around your neck. So looking at that from the underhook position here and the threat of darces. So darce would be Susie would, no. This arm comes through. Yeah. She will not be able to darce me providing my underhook is cupping the hip and shrugging forward. Get a darce, please. Not on. The only thing she could do is a guillotine here. And now she looked at fall off to her left side. There. You just have to be wary of that. That comes in. But she will not be able to darce you if you keep her weight on her hands. So if you get an effective underhook and you cut on that hip and flare there, you're cool. And providing you don't dilly-dally if they're really strong. So if they've got a couple of weight classes on you and you underhook them and they simply sit back and posture up. And I can't get them moving forward. So what I do here is probably limp arm out of my underhook. Tacking arm drags would be a good option. Limp arming out my underhook. And getting this light leg up on my shoulder is another option. So that would be coming down this gable, popping it up to a high half guard. Alternatively, you can straighten this leg and pop up to dogfight positions as well. So that does involve her having a weight fractioning forward. If she's leaning a long way back, it's kind of difficult. I kind of like popping out to butterfly hooks here as well. So now the butterfly guard, I have to sweep from here. So yeah, the darces, but keep the weight forward, you should be fine.
Okay.
And if the darce is locked up, go to deep half guard.
Okay.
So that entry, so this is the hand coming through, and she grabs her bicep. Good. So now I'm in a darce, right? Believe me, Susie is going to try this really hard. Again, I can't shrug to get her weight forward and get her base on her hands, but I can lie on my back. So I underhook this leg, and I extend the leg, and I lie on my back. She doesn't let go, she's going to face plant and get swept.
She was so willing to sacrifice the face palm there.
Demonstrate what happens if you don't let go.
Face plant.
Why?
Yeah. If somebody gets on your neck in a dance, you can shoot deep half guard. Exactly the same entry as we did earlier. They've got to let go. Some people may stick to it, but it doesn't happen very often with me. Okay. That's my 20% battery warning. So, any questions, guys? Really interactive class today. Enjoyed that.
I haven't got any questions about what you did today, but maybe on Thursday, if you hadn't got something planned already, entries into the legs, because I'm not very good at it, from guard when someone stands up in your guard.
But in close guard?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, so that would be a K guard entry probably.
Ending
like
in rubber guard.
Yeah, when someone stands up and I've got my full guard, like dropping that, your knee inside their knee and then going for knee bars or whatever else. I'm not very.
Hey guard. Yeah, I So Susie has unlocked my guard, so I end up in there, right? So to get onto a leg here, go underhook. And here, now you see I'm hooking. Okay. Oh, which way? Where does the head need to be? Yeah. So from here, throw this hip up and hook the far leg. I will extend this leg, forcing her knee down to the floor. So please don't resist. We end up here. So it doesn't drop very much, but you can pull your opponent into hooks off of this.
Okay.
So Susie's knee, and this is what got Rotham Giles did in the ADCCs, where he tapped all the heavyweights. Everyone thought they were safe, right? Then Susie's knee line is not between my legs, out of it.
Yeah.
So Susie isn't too bothered here. But she tries pulling, so you see the toe grab I'm getting and the heel. If I want that knee line back, all I need to do is try and push her big toe to her butt. There. It makes her knee light. Now I have the knee line again, which is horrific. I lock my triangle, pass it to the armpit, and apply here. What they can do to try and save themselves is throw this leg back, make a 50-50, and then start hands. But if they stay facing away from you, you've got them.
Screwed. Okay.
And you see these K-guard entries all over the place. So if you pop up the half guard again, and shimmy around a bit. So there's a half guard one where you gable, invert, and now pull your hip over the knee toe. So that's another K-guard entry again into your heel hooks. The only thing is help throw this leg over into a 50-50, trying to hide her heel.
Okay. Thanks.
No worries. Complicated question for the next one, though. Right, guys?
Thanks a lot.
I won't be able to join in on Thursday, so I'll see you next Monday.
Oh, see you Monday.
If I
What are
find
you
out you
doing
did
on
rubber
Thursday?
guard on Thursday, I'm going to be fucked off.
Guess what we're doing on Thursday, everyone?
Thanks,
Oh,
Ross.
I trained today.
Oh.
What was
Did
who?
you?
Jed?
Elite athlete, am I? So I'm allowed to train.
I saw James and Hodger like training in his gym on Instagram. I guess they're in the elite group as well.
I
But
guess so.
How do we- how do-
Roger's retired. I might grass him up, actually.
Imagine.
You know,
No,
just,
it's not professional.
Roger's not professional anymore. Like, you know, he's retired.
it doesn't say professional, to be fair. It says elite. So I don't know how do we class ourselves as elite?
I don't know. Define elite, right? I mean,
We're elite compared to like normal humans, right?
yeah. So
Who did you train with today?
Three other. Dinu, another black belt. JT. brown belt.
He's not elite.
He's pretty good, and he does. He does.
Wait, this is line at brown belt. Is it like brown belt and above the train?
And a professional MMA fighter who's only a blue belt, but he's a pro MMA guy.
Yeah.
But I think JT can because he teaches classes.
Okay.
Enough.
Like I can see how JT would qualify, but of all of the selections, I question that one. Don't tell him I said that because I think that he would fuck with me when we get back. I feel like he would hold on to that, like he would remember that.
I'm going to tell him Megan doesn't think you're a good athlete. I really struggle with him. He's great.
Thank you, guys.
I'm joking. I'll keep your secret, Megan.
Thank you.
Pleasure.
Thanks. Bye.
Guys.
Yeah.
See ya.
Yeah.